Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through April 6th, enjoy all-natural, thick-cut bone-in pork chops for $2.48 per pound, all-natural boneless chicken breasts $2.99 per pound, 5-ounce portions of tuna steak, mahi-mahi, or swordfish for $3.99 each, and Busch Light 30 racks just $17.99 each when you purchase 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom! In your face.
Saturday, 12 noon, we are on the precipice of a busy Husker sports weekend. I want to dance around the programs and let you know what's going on. Get your thoughts, your opinions, your comments. The Starter Heyman text line is 402-464-5685. You want to be a part of what we're doing? Hit me with a what's up. Let me know where you are and what you're watching today. Let me know where you are and what you're watching today. Are you psyched? Are you geeked? Crown basketball tournament? Are you fired up? 30 minutes from tip off? Right? Big moment. Big opportunity for Husker basketball. I kind of pre-wrote this season's story in advance, in that to go to Hawaii and watch this Husker team win that tournament the only appropriate way for them to finish this thing is to win the Crown Tournament. And a season-ending victory in men's basketball puts a whole lot of perspective in play. Like vantage, how you perceive and look at this program and these players and this coaching staff can change exponentially by a victory today and a victory tomorrow in the Crown Tournament. I think that's a fair statement. So you can be a part of what we're doing. You can follow us on the streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Jump on. I'll start this by quoting my guy, the American Nightmare. He says it all the time. He walks into the room and he goes, "What do y'all want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?" And I'm honoring that. I found out earlier today that Hoster Breezy won't be able to make the breeze tomorrow. So trying to recap SmackDown and the preparation for WrestleMania. There's lots to talk about there. So that'll be a fire hour tomorrow. I can give you a little bit of the schedule today going forward this hour, and then Todd Euler will jump on from 1 to 2. From 2 to 3, Jackson and I will hold the fort down until the end of, we will just be accumulating data on Huskers basketball. And amongst others, a full weekend. Husker tennis, men's tennis, the women's tennis program won their match. The men's tennis fell 4-3, but they get another opportunity. The women take on Maryland tomorrow. The men and both programs are on the road. So the men play tomorrow, the women play tomorrow. And then while you were sleeping, because you weren't woke, because you weren't paying attention, you have mentioned it, but Husker bowling is competing in the next round of the NCAA tournament. And it's a big day for them. Now, they stared down some scary competition yesterday. It was interesting to watch how it played out, but they will get back at the alley at 1:30, I believe. And they will take on a Maryville team that has no fear of this program because they had it on the ropes yesterday. They had it on the ropes. But Paul Klempa and the ladies figured out a way and won. They won 4 out of the 6 matches that they had to. It's best of 7. They won 4 out of 6. And then move on. They're in Pittsburgh, or technically they are in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, which, for those in the know, one of the great ski resorts, Seven Springs, if you haven't been, Jackson, Seven Springs Ski Resort in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Put it on your list of things to potentially do in your life. It is an exceptional ski resort, great lodges. Ski lounges are their own cultures. This one has a bowling alley, a full professional bowling alley in the resort. So you can actually, like, if you're a bowler, Seven Springs, skiing and bowling in a weekend, and then, of course, at the lounge afterwards with your warm beverage. It's a thing to do. I've done it far too many times to be proud of. I've been to Seven Springs way too many times. I've been to Lebanon, Pennsylvania, way too many times in my life. And it's weird, too, because that's not really a place you would put on your list. But anyway, Paul Klempa and the girls, and again, if they get the job done today, then they advance to Las Vegas next weekend for the NCAA championships. And no pressure, but yeah, there's pressure. There's pressure. This is an impressive group. And if you haven't been paying attention to the women's bowling team, you should probably jump on board. They are led by Jillian Martin, who is a junior And Jillian is, I want to say fully that this lineup has two of the star factor bowlers in the country, in Jillian Martin and Kayla Starr. Those are two that back in the amateur circuit, they were top 5. Jillian won a national title. Kayla won a national title as a junior. If you add, I mean, there's one senior on this team. Kayla's a senior. She's leading. She and Anna Callan. Anna had a great day yesterday. And then they have an accumulation of 5 young ladies who step in as well. Usually in the team performances, the 4 is pretty rock solid with the 2 Kaylas, Jillian and Anna. And then depending on how you're bowling that day and how the thing lines up, Brenna Hartzler has been the recent. Actually, she's the opening leg. She's usually the first bowler to throw for the Huskers, and she's done very well. Had a great day yesterday. Callan, Martin, all were over 200 pins in the individual score. Hartzler was 189. In their struggle, they were down 1-0 and then regrouped. And it's fascinating to hear them. So at the regional level, they actually interview the bowlers and the coaches. And after match 1, where the Huskers were pretty dominant, match 2 against Maryville, it was a little less dominant. I mean, it got scary because they lost the first one and they lost it impressively. It wasn't close. But to hear Julia Bond and Anna Callan talk about panels and the way that they're playing, and sometimes it will, because of the oil, it'll match up and it'll play fast. Some will allow big hooks, some will tighten the hooks for you. So if you're a hook bowler and your ball runs, then there's certain panels or lanes that will play in your favor, some that won't. And then at this level, at the NCAA level, and then the NCAA finals level, the adjustment to playing bowling as the lane is playing is the difference between winning a national title and not. And the fact that the Huskers figured out how to do that yesterday was pretty impressive in Pittsburgh. Again, they went 2-0. So you can follow. There's a free stream. You have to set up an account, but it's a free stream. So if you want to follow that on there, and they have pretty good camera coverage, and you can see the scores. Sometimes in these bowling things, it's not really a thing you can see, but they do a pretty good job of that. So if you're looking for something to do, but I am curious as to what folks are doing. On the other side of it, women's tennis, again, as I said, they get Maryland. They knocked off Rutgers. They went to New Brunswick and put up a 4-1 win. They are currently ranked in the top 70, should move in the top 60 with the win. They face a Maryland team that comes in at like number 75 in the country. So they should be favored even on the road before they get into another tear. They come back to Lincoln to face USC and UCLA next weekend. So opportunity to see them there. And then they will finish up with Washington and Oregon. They're having a really good year. And I just don't know that we give enough attention to, or can give enough attention to. That's a 12-7 program this season. So they've got some success going on. Coach Herman has done his thing. He's proud of it. The men also are 12-7, which is also a step up. They lost to Washington 4-3. Tomorrow they face number 62 Oregon in Eugene, and they are actually favored to win. That gets them to 13-7. Then they will head to Madison, Wisconsin, to face Wisconsin on the 12th, and then USC and UCLA come to Lincoln the 18th and 20th before they head to national. So that's also there. Here's a bit that folks here have known about Jordy Ball and her expertise, her excellence. I'm not sure there's anybody that expected Jordy to be as proficient and productive at the plate as she is on the mound, as on the rubber. Like, to watch her hit bombs in the 2 spot for Ronda Revelle has changed the look and the presence of this team. This team is a threat offensively. We know that they can get people out and they can battle, but 27-9 at this point in the season, with being 7-2 in the Big Ten Conference and being within striking distance, that if they can get it going over the course of a few days, and they've stared down some pretty prominent programs. Like when you go toe to toe with Tennessee and put an L on the Volunteers, that's a pretty good. You're in a pretty good spot. They had the win against Texas Tech locked in. Number 13 Texas Tech couldn't finish. Tough battles with Mississippi State, who was also in the top 25. But this Husker team with 27 wins in this season, putting themselves firmly in line for 30 and the national bid, also a real threat for the Big Ten Conference tournament, and actually winning the dang thing because you have pitching. Big Ten Conference softball tournament, it's about pitching. It's about pitching. And to get that kind of depth, to come in with 27 wins, again, you're winning 3 out of every 4 games. Ronda Revelle has to be happy, but she also has some answers on the back end. They will match up with Iowa. They beat Iowa 12-0 yesterday. And then they face the Hawkeyes again today. And I hate doing it, but the coach in me can't resist looking at the schedule and going, okay, you beat Iowa. Don't look ahead. Don't look ahead. Don't look ahead. Don't look ahead. First things first, except who's sitting on the Wednesday scheduled to come into Lincoln? Creighton. And the baseball program has proven nothing other than the fact that you got to beat the people you're supposed to beat, people that are around you the most. You got to figure out how to beat them. And then you can't get fully locked into that because then you're going to face Northwestern for 3 immediately following, and that's going to have a big outcome. That Indiana, Washington, Maryland to finish their season before the Big Ten championships. So at 27-9, I would think that Husker fans, I don't know what the crowds have been. I've been away, so I haven't been to a Husker softball game, home game. So I need to figure out what the crowds have been. The weather's still like today, the baseball plays, and in my heart of hearts, I really want to just go. Except it was really cold this morning. It was cold. And Jackson, Jackson, tell me, what is your temperature? What is the green light for degrees in order for you to go and will be willing to sit through a college baseball game?
You see, I went to the Creighton game on Tuesday.
Okay.
That was a little cold. But like Nick Sainert disagreed with me. He said it was some of the best weather for baseball.
He's a catcher. What does he know?
Exactly. So
what does he know? He's a catcher. Stop.
I thought it was a little cold. When I got to my car, I was like, the feeling coming back in my fingers. But I'm also, again, I've only lived in Nebraska for a year and a half.
Okay.
I'm from Florida. So my perception's a little different. If it's 65 and above, not too hot, like maybe like 65 to like that 77 range, that's like my ideal temperature for anything, and certainly baseball.
As a coach, we used to, so coaching in Virginia, it's very similar to coaching in Nebraska baseball. That the beginning part of the season, I coached high school baseball games in March wearing like a parka. Parka and mitts. Oh, man. Like full insulated gloves. Giving signals down at the third base box, looking like the little kid from the Christmas Story. Right? Because you got to have long johns on. You got like you have it under. It was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. I have to admit. It's like ugh. And then, but baseball players are built so that, in the Nick Sainert thinking, that it's always warm enough for baseball. Don't care if it snowed last week. They want to go short sleeves. I'm like, no, okay, here's the rule. And we figured out that 65 was kind of the measuring stick for when they could go with no sleeves under their jerseys. But that was it. You still had to have a T-shirt, but I didn't want the elbows exposed under that, right? One of my buddies, he had some arbitrary number, 67 degrees, that if it hit 67, you could go sleeveless. But it was also that you couldn't go sleeveless if your parents weren't sleeveless watching. Like if your mom shows up to watch you play and she is wearing a parka, you should probably cover your elbow.
Yeah.
You should probably cover your elbow. Just gonna go out of, and then there was the etiquette. We had several discussions over long johns under baseball uniforms. Because the coaches, listen, if you're standing there a lot, I would like to believe that I'm as active as the players, but no, I'm not. So then I once had one of my captains goes, well, if you can wear long johns, we should be able to wear long johns. And I was like, oh no, he's right. Like if I can't coach, come on, come on, son. I literally had to reassess my rule. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to tough it out and be cold. And then I moved from Virginia, where literally the moms and dads were in parkas, to Texas. I moved to Houston, and in Houston they start baseball in February, like almost January. Like literally, baseball starts right as the Super Bowl is played. And it's 70 degrees from day one. Which, if you want to understand just from a vastness, size of the state, and then the climate, why Texas puts out so many good baseball players. Because you can play 10 months, 11 months out of the year outdoors. And I have to tell you that the program that I was at had the nicest outdoor stadium I've ever coached in, and the nicest indoor facilities to practice in. We had an indoor. This is a high school. It's a high school, and this is a 3A high school. So imagine like Lincoln Lutheran, but Lincoln this program had turf field, padded outfield walls. Doesn't happen in high school. Brick backstop with padded around the brick so the catchers were protected. The dugout had padded benches. Both dugouts. Padded sitting. Padded. Built into the brick of the dugouts were water coolers. Filtered water coolers.
Yeah, that's Texas.
Filtered water coolers. And when you walked out, so the players' locker room, custom. Every player with his own monitor to watch his practice swings and to watch his digital work. Name on everything. His name's on everything. We got boxed water. Sir.
Seems random.
Boxed water. I didn't even know it was a thing. This school was so well funded that everything. So they had a farm. They had a farm where they taught agriculture. They taught farming. They taught, and everything that was served at the school for lunch was grown on campus.
Oh, man. They do different over there in Texas.
Was grown on campus. And which leads me to ask, why is that done in Nebraska?
Yeah.
But for another time. But we'll we'll circle that for the conversation that why is it that shouldn't Nebraska, being who it is, make and grow and produce and train and manage all of that in the school systems? And shouldn't everybody have enough? If anyway, anyway, just seems to me like if you're here and all the farmers that literally healthy meals for everybody, there's certainly enough.
Yeah.
Right? There's certainly enough. But this school in Texas grew, produced, fed everything from their own making. And when you were in the so imagine you're in your locker room and you're getting rest, so you go down for practice.
Mm-hmm.
This locker room was attached to the dugout.
Huh. They just come.
Okay. You just walk out and onto the field. The parents, now to remind you that the students every student pays $35,000 a year to go to school here.
Oh my gosh.
And that's every year from kindergarten to graduation.
Ugh.
35 a year. So you know what? Yeah, you're going to feed my kid.
Yeah.
You're going to feed them well.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to feed them well. And only the 50 smartest kids who can afford the $35,000 get in. So when you're there in the locker room and then you walk out into the dugout and then you take the field. So the parents directly behind home plate of this magnificent stadium, the parents had 200 seats, 250 seats directly behind home plate. Now, they weren't just going to have random seats, right? They weren't going to have just basic seats. So those parents put their nickels and dimes together, their pennies, nickels and dimes together, and bought 250 replacement seats for the stadium for the parents to sit in. Padded, full-armed seats. They got these seats from, drum roll, Camden Yards. And they flew these seats down and had them installed into their stadium.
Just seems.
Now, mind you, that the group that I got as 8th graders played in 4 consecutive state title championships.
Yeah.
So, hey, and remember, they're picking from 50 boys in each grade. That's it. 50. Right? And there are other sports. So there's track, there's soccer, right? There's other sports going on in the spring. So not everybody's going to play baseball. But the rule there was you either played on a team or you worked out. You took fitness. Every day. You either practice your sport or you worked out in the gym. You worked out and let me tell you, the gym was not this didn't look like a high school weight room. They had a cryo chamber. You know those cold chambers? They had one for recovery.
That's crazy. In a high school.
And it's high school 3A.
My high school had like a silver tin that probably came from Tractor Supply. I don't even know if they have those up here. Tractor Supply. That probably was for cattle that they throw some ice and some water in, and you get an ice bath. That's what you got.
I'm just telling you, coaching there, having coached all over the country, my mind was blown away by what they did and how they did it. But I spent some time with some recruits this morning, some folks who were on unofficial visits to Lincoln, Nebraska. And I would like to just have a brief conversation about said recruits. And then we'll talk a little bit more. Husker men's basketball, 3 minutes from tip-off in Vegas Austin Norman is out there covering for the Ticket. They play Boise State, and this is a very good, very talented Boise State team. We'll talk about that as well when we come back to One-on-One.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and my schedule can get a little hectic. From softball practices to going to class, traveling for games, spending time with family, and catching up with friends, I am always on the go. I want a bank that can help me from anywhere, but also be there when I need them. That's Midwest Bank. They have the same mobile banking technology as those big banks, but have that hometown feel that I like every time I walk through the doors. They make banking easy no matter where I am. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
We're in Baton Rouge at the original Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
Todd started this place 28 years ago with one goal in mind: making the best chicken fingers in the world. We got their famous box combo, chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast slaw, and their world famous cane sauce. Could shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. Love is in the air, and so are big savings. It's the Big I Do event at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions, April 4th through the 6th. For 3 days only, enjoy 20% off all engagement rings and wedding bands, plus exclusive bridal collections from our top designers. Whether you're saying yes or I do, shop now for the year's best prices and selection. April 4th through 6th, Sartor Heyman Jewelers, South Point Pavilions.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, I guess, the news keeps growing that even while you sleep, Husker basketball, Fred Hoiberg, and the program is adding. They just added, and out of nowhere, as they wrote it up, as Robin Washut, and give full credit to Robin Washut for his share, says that Nebraska basketball has landed out of nowhere commitment from Central Michigan transfer Eugenius Gerasivicius. Gerasivicius. 6'10" power forward, averaged 16 points and 7 rebounds a game. All first-team MAC honors as a junior. Another year of eligibility. So, hey, add to that the shooter from yesterday. Listen, that's some. Yeah, they're right. We're going to need Steve Sipple to really mess this one up. You can't do it any worse than I could. Yeah. Pretty interesting. Wow. Well done. Well done, Huskers. Again, you get a legitimate Big Ten shooter on Friday. Saturday, you get a 6'10" post. And remember that in trying to replace Bryce Williams, Juwan Gary, the status pending fluid status of Rink Mast. Question mark, exclamation point, yeah. Exclamation point. There will be a new, this roster, this team will look different next year. And while you want to give full attention to winning the crown, beating Boise State today, that also, I found the timing a little interesting. Would have been a wonderful Monday sort of deal and allowing us to focus on winning the crown. Allow Husker fans to focus for these 2 hours, but to release this right at 12:30. Anyway, whatever. I don't want it to. Okay, let's say for the sake of clarity that if winning today would put you in the crown final, you probably want the focus to be on the crown final, winning the crown final. But I would also understand that the news cycle moves as the news cycle moves. Stories get broken in many different ways at various times. And there's some method to the madness. So, okay, cool. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Bravo to those folks who have the information and want to share it. But cool. But a 6'10" big certainly doesn't. 6'10" and a half is truthfully what was said. 6'10" and a half. Long. Lincoln was abuzz this morning with potential Husker football players in town. And to be one, they're going to attend. This is an unofficial visit, so off the record, and chance for folks to see the facility, to meet the coaches, to kind of see what it's all about. It's going to be okay. So Let me give you the breaking news that Gus Johnson and Jim Jackson from Ohio State are calling today's Husker game. It's Gus and Jim Jackson. And Gus has on what can be defined as a Renaissance man blazer. Fine, fantastic plaid. Well done, Gus. And generally when Gus dresses like this, it is a final possession, game-winning basket sort of game. So, okay. They just showed him on the screen. I was like, oh, Gus dressed up today. Jimmy Jackson is always well-dressed, very to the fine. Gus is always good-looking, but this jacket, this blazer that he has on is a pink and blue and white trim. So, the starters for the Huskers, Hoiberg, Bryce Williams, Cale Jacobson, Juwan Gary, and Berke Bjugtensell.
Buchtengel.
I know. I was, if you heard Jimmy Jackson the other day, and he just says, okay, I'm totally bailing. It's just Berke.
Yeah. If I was,
like he tapped out. And
if I was calling, I'd Berke.
So you want to be a play-by-play guy, do you?
Yeah, no kidding.
It was interesting because when I was in Utah, and Utah is such a unique sports environment. There are lots of Pacific Islander athletes, and so the names, it was all over the place, like trying to figure out names. And you go to do a high school game, and there's of the starting 22, 10 of them are Pacific Islanders, and to say, Fiamongo Vakapuna, Kauta Alavao, and you're looking at this, you go, okay, what? And they try to work with you and break it down and break it down and break it down, and you're just not ready. You're just, and it's one thing to do it in football, and then comes basketball season, because a lot of them play both sports, is that the up and down of basketball, the pace is quicker, and you've got to get these names out a little bit more clearly, crisp. They started with a 3. To get this stuff out here, you just kind of have to catch yourself. So Boise State starts the game with a 3. I thought this in meeting the young men this morning. First of all, impressive folks. The families come in as well. So some were having breakfast, and the conversations, there is a high anxiety level that happens for the young people, and the families have the most difficult time because you're far more informed life-wise. You have more information. Than your young people. Except this is all about the young people. This trip is about the young people. And the parents are trying not to step on toes and trying not to, helicopter themselves above the situation. But you also want the young people to show some independence, some maturity, and have some of these conversations themselves. And then there's the sizing up thing that happens, right? That, whoever's coming on visitation was big man on campus, wherever they were, until you come into the pool and you get some real big men on campus. But the measuring happens where they kind of look at each other like, why are you here? It's like, hey. And then there's a couple where you go, whoa, okay. So you're that guy. But to a one and all the families, there's a name that kept popping up in these conversations. And you ask, what are you excited about? What are you looking to find? What do you want to know about Nebraska football, about Lincoln, Nebraska, about Coach Rule, about the staff, about anything, right? There's just there's this huge accumulation of question and doubt, right? Do you belong? Does this feel like home? And I wanted to ask, okay, what are you looking for? What do you want to know? And we think from a football standpoint that it falls, like the recent conversations have been all about money. That, well, quite frankly, you don't have to be recruited if you have the most money, right? That you'll go, the story is that they're chasing money. When the reality is, no. In a lot of cases, there are a lot of student athletes and families who are looking for integrity, character, real leadership, and otherwise. And so I think we have to remember to have these conversations that not everybody trying to be a Nebraska Husker is about money. There are other places to go if that's who you are. But the people who are coming on their own dime to Lincoln, Nebraska, to consider being a Husker, those are folks that want to be in a place like Lincoln, Nebraska. And they all have a different idea and image of what they think Lincoln is. Nobody comes to Lincoln from different parts of the country, whether you're Florida, California, Texas, Philadelphia, knowing in full what to expect when you get to Lincoln, Nebraska. But all of these young football players were curious. And the name that kept popping up was Dylan Raiola. Dylan Raiola. To have several of the young people say, well, I'm excited to meet Dylan. I'm excited to meet Coach Rule. And usually in that order. And it makes sense, right? Because if you're a high school football player that intends, like, I'm playing at the next level, I'm playing at this level, you know Dylan Raiola, you know Coach Matt Rule, but as a 17-year-old, who would you be more excited to meet? And then who has the greatest ability to recruit you to where they are? The 18-year-old, the 19-year-old to a 17-year-old, or the 44-year-old to the 7-year-old, 17-year-old? And those are the conversations that I was hearing this morning was, wow, can't wait to meet Dylan. Matt Rule seems like, Coach Rule seems like a great person. And I hear the new facility is ridiculous. And then money. And nobody that showed up this morning had an offer. Nobody that I talked to had an offer. I would imagine that there are some offers in play later today. Because I saw some dudes. These were some dudes. Amongst dudes, these were dudes. That you walked up and went, whoa, sir. Thank you. So there should be interesting news coming around the football program as well. Of course, as you heard, there's news about the Nebraska basketball program off the floor, having a commitment in the transfer portal, 6'10" power forward. And there should be more coming, but stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Final segment of One-on-One coming up here on The Ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Why are some people more successful
Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion, for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Get ready for spring by joining an evidence-based program to improve your health and well-being. These programs use proven strategies to help you make lasting changes, whether it's boosting nutrition, increasing activity, managing stress, or enhancing wellness. Invest in yourself today and feel your best this spring and beyond. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Todd Euler in the house. He will take over 1 o'clock. Final segment here of One-on-One DP. Axon Jackson running the board. We appreciate it. It's been a busy morning so far. Greatly appreciate it. We'll have a busy afternoon. Chubbs will follow up. We will come in right at 2 o'clock to lead up to kind of get you all set for the post-game show. And then Chubbs and I will chop it up from 3 to 4 o'clock. Should be a busy afternoon. The Huskers are currently tied at 13.
Not bad.
Just under 13 minutes left to go in the first half. Boise got up to a 13-6 lead, then a 7-0 run by the Huskers to tighten this thing up as well. So lots to talk about. Again, learning the process for how recruits are brought in, how they're handled, what the communication is, what the deal is. It's been informative. It's been informative to learn how this thing really happens. Like, how does one in the next class deal with So if you're class of 2026, what's your protocol? What are the procedures? And learning that class of 27, what are the procedures? But also to find out that, how quickly other programs are engaging these young people. That it is a matter of question and go, okay, who's following the rules, who isn't? And Nebraska's following rules. But to learn the process of how the parents think, right? Because as a coach, I would be in the living room when the program would come in, and they would sit in the living room with the player and with the parents. And sometimes I was the conductor for the conversation. Hey, you as a parent may not know the blind spots. You may not know your blind spots. Things that you need to ask for. Are the commitments guaranteed? Financial commitments, are they guaranteed? How will they be distributed? NIL, what is the distribution policy? Academic structure, how many consultants and aides will they have in place? Tutors, what is the active process for how tutors are assigned? Who determines who needs them and who doesn't? What is the academic priority? If my young man decides to play football at Nebraska, what is the priority? Will he be free to be great academically? Because some programs say, I don't care about the academic side, play football. Well, that's not the case at Nebraska. So what is the policy and protocol? Nutrition. What happens if you have special needs? What happens if he hits unannounced growth spurt and needs additional food? What's the policy? Like, who do we come to? What do we do with travel? How often do they get to come home? Do they get to choose who they live with? These are the questions that we're sitting in a confined space as parents and young people. Again, none of the young people who are here for an unofficial visit know as much as the professionals who get paid for it. None of the parents know the condition and circumstance as well as the people who are left to guide it. They just don't. Even if you were a Division I, even if you played at Nebraska, you still don't know everything about how business is being done in 2025. And so those conversations happen as they maneuver through it. It is fascinating to see how business is being done and what the end game is, because quite frankly, there's a ton of young people who want. If you're coming on an unofficial visit, it's really simple faceted in that you are either already believing this is your place and you need confirmation, or you have no idea what you're doing and you hope this is the place. You don't make the trip to Lincoln, Nebraska. There are places you go just to go. Miami, USC, like you go University of Texas, places you go because the towns you would go just for the towns themselves and the nightlife. But in Lincoln, Nebraska, if you're coming here as an unofficial football recruit, you're coming here because you are in a position to choose Nebraska as your football program and how you're going to go forward. Just imagine we had several young people who weren't familiar. We had them throwing the bones and understanding and appreciating what they're walking into and why it matters. And you need that information to be shared. There's some talented young people in town. It's going to be an interesting night and weekend in Lincoln, Nebraska. Again, basketball underway, battling Boise State. Softball coming up, baseball later this afternoon. Bowling has gotten underway as well in their next day. So there's lots going on, Husker Nation. Should be interesting. I'm looking forward to what Euler has to say. He came in with his heels on fire. That usually makes for good radio. So don't go anywhere. Todd Euler coming up here. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.